Hi students, welcome to physics class. In this session we are going to understand the concept of electric field lines and its properties. Okay students, first of all I want to ask you one question. Have you seen ever electric field or can you see electric field? Answer is no. So that means we cannot see electric field, but we can imagine the electric field how it look like. Okay, we can see the pictorial form of the electric field. So what is the electric field lines? That is the visualization of electric field in pictorial form. So okay, electric field lines, that is a pictorial representation of the electric field. The visualization of the electric field, that is uh, in pictorial form, that is the visualization of the electric field in pictorial form represents electric field lines. Okay. So next we will see some of the properties of electric field lines. What are those? First property is the electric field lines are directed radially outwards for positive charge and directed radially inwards for negative charge. So that means, so this is positive charge, this is negative charge. Okay, the electric field lines are directed radially outwards for positive charge. Okay, these are the electric field lines. Electric field lines may be in straight lines or curved lines. So these are the straight lines. Okay, electric field lines are directed radially outwards for positive charge. Electric field lines are directed radially inwards for negative charge. Okay, these are the field lines which are directed radially inwards. These are the field lines which are directed radially outwards. So this is a positive charge, this is negative charge. For positive charge, electric field lines are directed radially outwards. For negative charge, electric field lines are directed radially inwards. So this is the first property. So what is the second property? The tangent to the field line at any point on it gives the direction of the electric field at that point. Okay. For suppose this is electric field line, this is curved line. So if we draw a tangent at this point, so this tangent gives the direction of the electric field. If we draw any tangent on the electric field line at any point, that tangent represents the electric field at that point. For suppose if you want to know the direction of the electric field at this point, so okay, we can find the direction of the electric field by drawing tangent at that point. So this is the tangent at this point. It represents the direction of the electric field. For suppose this is a point. If you want to know the direction of the electric field at this point, we have to draw tangent. So this is the tangent. This tangent represents the electric field here. So this is the electric field direction. This is the electric field direction at this point. This is the electric field direction at this point. So that is the tangent to the field line at any point on it gives the direction of the electric field. Electric field is a vector quantity, that's why it has certain direction. So that direction is can be found by tangent. Okay, what is the tangent? The tangent represents the direction of the electric field. The tangent on the field line at any point that represents the direction of the electric field at that point. So this is the second property. So what is the third property? So no two electric lines intersect each other. That means electric field lines never intersect to each other. So okay, if they intersect to each other, what will happen? Okay, let us see that. This is one electric field line. This is another electric field line. These two electric field lines are intersected at one point. This is the point. At this point, these two lines are intersected. Okay, what happened when two lines, electric field lines, are intersected? So okay, if the electric field lines are intersected, they must have two directions at that point. That is impossible. For suppose at this point, if you want to know the direction of this field line, Okay, it contains direction in this way, it contains the direction in this way. Okay, by taking tangent on this line, we can find the direction of the electric field line. Electric field, see here, at this one point it has two directions, so that is not possible. Single point gives single direction only, single point does not give two directions, that is impossible. That's why electric field lines, no two electric field lines intersect to each other. Okay, this is the third point. Next, what is the fourth point? Electric field lines are always normal to the surface of the conductor. Okay, for suppose this is a conductor, this is a positively charged. So okay, what are the field lines? These are the field lines which are directed radially outwards. Okay, what is the angle of the field line with surface of the conductor? That is 90 degrees. 90 degrees, it must make 90 degrees with surface of the conductor. So that means electric field lines are always normal to the surface of the conductor, right? Next, fifth point. What is the fifth property? Electric field lines don't pass through the conductor. Okay, electric field lines never pass through the conductor. That means electric field inside the conductor zero. Okay, this is a conductor, these are the electric field lines. Okay, when we place a conductor at this place, so this is the electric field, these are the electric field lines. So when we placed a conductor at this place, electric field line does not passes through this conductor. That means inside the electric field, inside the conductor, electric field is zero. Why the electric field inside the conductor zero? That means electric field lines never passes, don't passes through the conductor. That's why electric field inside the conductor zero. Okay, next properties. Okay, see here. Next, sixth property, that is electric field lines are open lines. They start from positive charge and end on negative charge. See here, so this is the positive charge, this is the negative charge. Okay, electric field lines are open lines. So that means here they start at positive charge, they ended at the negative charge. So this is these are the open lines. Okay, they started at positive charge, ended at a negative charge. Okay, so what is the fifth property? Electric field lines are open lines. They start from positive charge and end on negative charge. This is the starting point of the electric field lines. This is the ending point of the electric field lines. So these are open lines, not closed lines. Okay, this started at this point, ended at this point, but these are not coming back in this direction. So when these lines are coming back in this direction, then they are called as closed lines. But these lines are started at this point, ended at this point. That's why these lines are open lines, not closed lines. Okay. Next, seventh property. See here, electric field lines don't form any closed loops. Okay, this is a best example. So okay, these electric field lines never creates closed loops. So okay, this creates only open loops. This is open loop, this is another open loop, this is open loop, this is open loop. So when the electric field lines come back in this direction, for suppose in this direction electric field is passing to at this point, after reaching this, when this line come back to its position, its positive charge, then it is said to be closed line. But here field line started at this point, ended at this point, but this line is not coming written in this way. So that's why these lines, these loops are called open loops only, so not closed loops. Electric field lines do not form closed loops. So that is the seventh point. So what is eighth point? See here, the number of field lines per unit cross sectional area at any point is proportional to the magnitude of the electric field strength at that point. Okay, what is the seventh property? See here, the number of electric field lines per unit cross sectional area at any point is proportional to the magnitude of the electric field strength at that point. For suppose this is the surface, so this is the surface, this is another surface. I am taking two surfaces, so this is a unit cross sectional area. For suppose this surface's area of surface are perpendicular to the electric field lines. Okay, see here, these are the electric field lines which are passing through given surface area. Okay, if you observe carefully, this is surface A, this is surface B. Okay, see here, the number of electric field lines passing through the surface A is more than the number of electric field lines passing through the surface B. See here, the number of lines passing through surface A is greater than 2B. That's why the electric field strength is high for surface A, electric field strength is low for surface B. So why it is high, why it is low? The number of electric field lines passing through this area of surface is more. Okay, just listen to me. The number of field lines are passing through surface area A is more than the number of field lines passing through surface B. That's why, see here, how many number of lines passing through surface B? Only 2 lines. Okay, how many number of lines passing through surface A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 lines are passing through surface A, only 2 lines are passing through surface B. That's why, so the number of lines, what is that? The number of field lines per unit cross sectional area at any point is proportional to magnitude of the electric field strength. So okay, which one has maximum electric field strength? Surface area A has maximum electric field strength than surface area B. Okay, this represents the 8th property. Next, what is 9th property? The field lines are crowded where the field is strong and the sparse where the field is weak. Okay, for suppose, see here, this is positive charge. From positive charge, electric field lines are generated. So these electric field lines are directed radially outwards. Okay. For suppose, if you take, see here, for suppose these are the electric field lines at this point. For suppose if you take this area, at this area the field lines are crowded. So field lines are crowded. So that means when the field lines are crowded, then so there is maximum. So what is that? A strong electric field. We can say that at this point strong magnetic field exists here. So when, for suppose, these are the field lines. For suppose when we take this area, okay, in this area, so there is dispersion of field lines. Okay, there are dispersion between the field lines. So when we take this area, at this area, so in this area field lines are crowded to each other. So when the field lines are crowded to each other, we can say that at that point strong magnetic field exists at that point. So here weak magnetic field exists in this region. So when the field lines are crowded to each other, then we can say that at that point maximum strong magnetic field will be there. So in this area, magnetic field lines are sparse. Sparse means dispersed. So that's why there will be weak magnetic field. Here there will be strong magnetic field. So why there will be strong magnetic field? The magnetic field, electric field lines are crowded, but in this region at the surface electric field lines are not crowded. Okay, they are dispersed to each other. That's why there will be weak electric field. At this region there exists strong electric field. So this is the ninth property. Next, 10th property. Okay, see here, this is the 10th property of the electric field lines. So what is the property? The number of field lines passing through given areas normal to the surface is known as electric flux. This is very important in the chapter. So we will discuss about this topic in next video. Okay, what is the definition of electric flux? That is the number of field lines passing through given area normal to the surface, that is known as electric flux. For suppose, see here, so this is a surface, given surface, electric field lines are passing through this. Okay, electric field lines are passing through this surface, given surface. So what is the flux here? Electric flux, that is the number of lines, the group of lines passing through the surface in a direction normal to the surface. So what is the direction of the electric field lines on surface? So that is per 90 degrees. So okay, the electric field lines are passing through the given surface in a direction normally. So that is called the group of lines passing through given area. So okay, in direction normally, that is called electric flux. This electric flux is denoted by phi. Okay. So electric flux is nothing but group of lines passing through a given surface area in a direction normal to that surface. Okay, what is the direction between field lines and surface? So that is exactly perpendicular. Okay, so this is electric flux. We will study about this topic in next video clearly. Okay, next 11th property, that is electric field lines or exerts lateral pressure to each other. So when we brought two positive charges close to each other, so okay, when we brought two positive charges close to each other, what happened? Okay, when we take two similar charges, so okay, there will be repulsive force. They will repel to each other. See here. So what are the electric field lines? These are the electric field lines. Okay, electric field lines are directed radially outwards for positive charge, and electric field lines are directed radially towards the negative. No, sorry, this is also positive charge, directed outwards. Okay, this is also positive. That's why the electric field lines are directed radially outwards. See here, when we take these two positive charges closely, what will happen? So there will be pressure. So there will be pressure exerted to each other. So that means always like charges repel to each other. That's why, or suppose, so this is a electric field line, but electric field lines exerts pressure. So okay, they will these charges exerts pressure to each other. That's why, so electric field lines becomes in this shape. Okay, this is the shape of the electric field lines. So okay, why they are like, so that means they exerts pressure to each other. Due to that pressure, electric field lines are formed in this way. Okay, this is the 11th property. Electric field lines are exerts lateral pressure to each other. So why it exerts pressure? When they are brought too close to each other, similar charges, positive or negative. So when we take two positive charges to each other, what happened? So there will be a pressure which is acting between these two. So due to that pressure, we will get uh, such type of diagram. Okay, this is the pressure exerting. This indicates pressure exerting to each other. So this is the ninth property. What is the 10th property? Electric field lines having a tendency to contract. So when we take unlike charges, when we brought unlike charges close to each other, what happened? Okay, electric field lines are originated at positive charge, terminates at negative charge. That means electric field lines started at positive charge and ended at negative charge. So okay, that is this line. So what happened here? Electric field lines have tendency to contract each other. So okay, when we take two unlike charges, there will be a attractive force. Okay, unlike charges always attract to each other. So due to attraction, okay, due to attraction between these two charges, so electric field lines contract. There will be a contraction in electric field lines. Okay. Okay, this is the direction of the electric field lines. Electric field lines are generated at positive charge, terminated at negative charge. Okay, due to the contraction between these two charges, there will be contraction due to the attraction. So there will be contraction in electric field lines. These are the properties of the electric field lines. Okay, in next video we will discuss about what is electric dipole. Okay, thank you.